Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Asad Yaqub here, and in this video I am going to tell you how to start and finish your academic Ielts reading test. Which question type you need to attempt first and which question type you need to attempt last. Okay, so all these things I'll tell you. This video is going to be quite useful because after watching this video you will be able to understand what type A and type B questions are, what type of questions are going to be there in exam, and which question type you need to start your test with. My name is Asad Yaqub and I teach Ielts all over the world, online and in campus in Lahore, Pakistan. If you are new to my channel, consider subscribing this channel, okay? Well, as far as Ielts reading is concerned, academic Ielts reading, there are three sections. In section 1, there is a long passage, right? And two types of questions are important, and these types are true, false, not given, and sentence completion. Usually, it starts with sentence completion, questions 1 to 7, and then questions 8 to 13, they are true, false, not given questions. Now, let me tell you, in part 1, they check your basic understanding of English. So, for sentence completion, mostly it's one word only, one word and or a number. You have to pick up the word from the passage directly. In order to start with any question type, now true, false, not given and sentence completion, they are type A questions. Type A means questions and answers, they are in order. For example, if you find the answer to question number 1 in second paragraph, first line, the answer to question number 2 is going to come after the answer of question number 1. Then after number 2, there will be the answer of question number 3, they will follow the sequence. So both question types, true, false, not given and sentence completion, they are type A questions. Questions and answers are in order. It's a very good idea to start with sentence completion. Read the question. Question will give you a clue word. You need to scan that clue word. Your first target is to reach the paragraph which contains the answer. Your second target is to narrow your search and reach the line that contains the answer. And your third target is find the answer, match the answer with the question by filling it in the blank and by making sure that the word makes the right grammatical sense, logical sense. Once you find one answer, it's going to be a kickstart. Then the second answer you will find in lesser time than the first answer. Remember one thing, the first answer to any question type will take more time. But once you find one answer, the second answer will not take that much time. So for question number 2, read on, you will find the answer. Sometimes you find two answers in one sentence. Sometimes you find second answer in the second line, third line, fourth line. Sometimes you find all 7 answers in one paragraph. Once your sentence completion is over, now you can turn to true, false, not given. Read the first question. First question will give you the clue word. Scan the passage. Look for the paragraph of the passage which contains the right information. And then after that, read the question carefully. And you know, for true, false, not given, in the passage there is one sentence that is going to match with the question and that is going to tell you whether the answer is true, false or not given. Questions and answers are in sequence. Once you find the answer to one question, you read on in the passage, you will find the next answer, you read on, you will find the next answer, and you will find all the answers in a sequence. For the best time management, it's a good idea to finish part 1 or to try to finish part 1 within maximum 15 minutes. 1 minute per question. And another idea which is good, to transfer your answers to the answer sheet at the same time. That is also important. Once your part 1 is over and you have transferred the answers to the answer sheet, now you can move to part 2. First of all, read the passage. Read the title of the passage, not passage, title of the passage. If the passage is labeled A, B, C, D, E, F, G, it means they will be type B questions. Type B questions are only 2. One is which paragraph contains the following information. Second is list of headings. So whenever they label the passage, it means there will be these two type of questions, okay? Now, after reading the title of the passage, if there is any subtitle, you can read that. Now you come and see the questions. You will see there will be questions like which paragraph contains the following information. Never start your section with this question type. This question type should be done at the end, okay? Then you will see in the same section 2, you may find some true, false, not given questions, and in every section there are some completion type of questions. That can be flowchart completion, sentence completion, summary completion, notes completion. So you will find completion type of questions, and that is what you need to grab first, because all the answers are usually found in 1 or 2 paragraphs, and 4-5 questions or 4-5 correct answers are enough to upgrade your band from 6 to 7, 7 to 8 and 8 to 9. Okay. Now let's go on. So you need to start with, if there are sentence completion, do that first. Questions and answers are in order. Read the question carefully, find the clue word from the question, scan the clue word in the passage, go to the right part of the passage, right paragraph, right sentence, find the answer, make sure the answer is correct logically and grammatically, and then move on to the next question. And remember, first question and the first question type may take more time. As you proceed, you will become more and more familiar with the passage, and that familiarity will help you solve the questions in lesser time. So, if there is the question type, which paragraph contains the following information, read all the questions first and underline 2 to 3 words in every question. Visualization is the technique which will help you retain the information you read while you are reading the passages. Whatever you read, you need to imagine. If I say beautiful white cat with red eyes, you are imagining it. Beautiful white cat with red eyes. Beautiful orange cat with green eyes. See that? This is how your brain functions. Okay, so you need to actually visualize, imagine, as you imagine other things as well. So imagine Ielts, please, right? You will get good band score in reading. So once you visualize or imagine, things will stick to your mind, to your brain, and you will be able to find the answers easily. Part 2, first do completion type of questions, then do true, false, not given, even multiple choices type A. For multiple choice questions, first read the question, don't read the options. After reading the question, you need to find a clue word from the question. Sometimes they mention in the first paragraph, what does the writer do? What is writer doing in third paragraph? So you need to see which paragraph contains relevant information. First come to that paragraph, find the relevant information, and then when you read the options A, B, C, D, you should have the answer to the question in mind, and then you match that answer which you found in the passage with 4 options, and elimination is the best technique to deal with multiple choice questions. Option A, as per the passage, not at all. Option B, as per the passage, never. Option C, as per the passage, maybe. Option D, absolutely not. So by eliminating the wrong choices, you will come closer and closer to the right answer. Sometimes by eliminating wrong options, what you are left with, that is the right answer. So this is how you guys can deal with reading part 2. Multiple choice questions. There can be some sort of questions like true, false, not given, sentence completion, which paragraph contains the following information. Now finally, you need to give, by the way, you need to give 20 minutes to part 2, and now you have more time for the third part. And for part 2, you need to transfer your answers to the answer sheet at the same time. Connect yourself with the wall clock which is there in exam. Or if you are taking computer delivered IELTS, there is the timer, right? So you need to consider the time. Now, finally, we've got the third passage, academic reading, and you know students hardly reach there, and when they reach, they are left with 10 minutes only. So in the third passage, first of all, read the title of the passage. Then see what type of questions are there. Mainly, we find summary completion. We find matching type of questions. We find multiple choice questions, okay, and summary completion is already, like, you know, we call it completion type of questions. So you should always start with completion type of questions, because answers are easier to find. Answers can be found in one paragraph. Okay, so you start with that. There are minimum 4, maximum 6 questions. So these 4 to 6 questions will help you. A wonderful tip for reading part 3: sometimes when the time runs out and you don't have time to answer the questions, for this I advise you, leave those questions to the last, where you can guess the answer. For example, multiple choice questions, you know answer is going to be A, B, C, D. For example, true, false, not given, you know answer is true, false or not given, so you can guess there. So other type of questions where it is difficult to guess, like multiple choice, it is difficult to guess, so you should not make any guesses there, right? With true, false, not given, or with multiple choice, you can leave them for the last minutes, so that if time runs out, you can write all true. Out of 5, 2 or 3 will be right. You can write all A. Out of 4 or 5 options, at least 1 or 2 answers will be correct, instead of leaving all the portion. In academic reading part 3, we have a question type that is called matching. In matching, there are statements of scientists or researchers, and you have to match them with the names of scientists and researchers. Questions and the passage, they are not in order, but the list of scientists and researchers, they are in order. For example, option A, John; option B, Julia. Now in the passage, option A, John, will come first, then there will be Julia, then there will be third one, fourth one. So what you need to do, you need to read about John. Now, sometimes they mention the name of John on 3 to 4 different paragraphs in the passage. Number 1, you need to see where do they give the statement of John. John says, John argues, John suggests, right? So where you find such type of words, there you will find the statement, and that statement will be matched. And if they say John Eastwood, a professor in Kansas University, America, he's an expert in marine biology and this and that and all that. So there is no statement. So you need to look for the words like I mentioned. Second important point, you need to look for inverted commas. Whenever they give the statements of the scientists, they use inverted commas. So inverted commas, John says, John argues, right? So these type of things, like we call it direct narration, indirect narration, and inverted commas. So they will help you locate the part of the passage. Now you read the statement of John. Now come to questions. First question, second question, third, fourth, fifth. The right answer will actually click you. I have solved several reading tests in my online Ielts masterclass and on YouTube also. So you can always take help from there. Once this type of question is solved, then you can solve true, false, not given, that is type A. Multiple choice questions, they are type A. Sentence completion should be grabbed first. And if you realize 2 minutes left and 8 questions are left, logically you cannot do them all, right? Immediately transfer your answers to the answer sheet, and if those 8 questions are yes, no, not given, true, false, not given, let me tell you, the frequency of true, false is more than not given. So you can write all true. Out of 6, 2 to 3 answers will be correct, or you may write all false. Out of 6, 2 to 3 answers will be correct. I mean, see, one side you are losing all 6, and one side you are getting at least couple of correct answers, right? So this is the last minute tip. Don't start your test with that, okay? Whenever I give this tip in my Ielts masterclass, what do the students do? On mock test day, they just start guessing and all that. Guessing is something which should be done as the last resort. Otherwise, manage your time. Nothing beats practice. You should solve one test every day twice. One test and twice. Why? One test first under strict examination conditions with answer sheet. Within 1 hour, you need to complete the test by transferring the answers to the answer sheet. Now do the same test second time. and the questions which you missed, which you could not the portion of the test which you could not complete that portion. Second, the answers which are wrong, you can do debriefing with such answers, and this is how you can make them correct. You can find the reason, explanation of the answer, location. 2 points are important. One is location of the answer in the passage. Second is explanation of the answer. If the answer is true, why? If the answer is Mercury, why? Okay, you need to see explanation. And when you solve the tests on your own, you can find location, you can find explanation. So do one test twice, things will be fine. All the best, guys. Thank you so very much. I also teach IELTS online all over the world, and in campus in Lahore, Pakistan, we offer PTE online classes, IELTS test booking service in Pakistan. We have study plans for IELTS preparation, single module preparation, especially for speaking. If you want to get any of these services, our WhatsApp numbers are given. You can contact us for that. Asad Yaqub wholeheartedly wishes you best of luck. Take care. Allah Hafiz.